Hi there and welcome to Red Tent Sisters TV. I'm Kim Sedgwick.
And I'm Amy Sedgwick.
And we're the co-founders of Red Tent Sisters. Today we're doing a review of the EVE, which is an at-home test for HPV and STIs. So before we get into it, we want to talk a little bit about why someone would want to do a test at home rather than going to their doctor. So there's a few reasons. So one is you might not have access to a family doctor depending on where you live, or you might not have access to a doctor you feel comfortable with. I know you now live in a small town.
I live in a very small town, and I seem to have dual or triple relationships with people. So, doctors are also friends, and they're also neighbors, and so, it can just get a little bit uncomfortable. And, I'm okay with it, at this point in my life. But I think if I were younger, or a teenager, I think it would be weird for me.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of comfort, for trans folk, you might not have access to a trans-friendly doctor. So I think that's another time when it would be really helpful to have one of these tests. Also for cultural reasons, some people, again, might not feel comfortable going to certain doctors. Unfortunately, for people who've had sexual trauma, going to a doctor and having someone else insert it versus being able to insert it yourself.
And you also made a good point that sometimes it's just difficult to book time off of work to get into a doctor during 9 to 5 hours. So it can be really convenient to be able to do it at home.
For sure.
Excellent. So in terms of the actual product, so one of the things we really like is it comes in this totally discreet envelope. And then when you open it up, it's very nicely packaged. And inside you've got a lovely manual that goes through how to do each of the steps. And it's really well illustrated, so the instructions I felt were very clear.
They're very clear.
Totally. And then here's the test itself. And then when you're all finished with it, Kim will show you in just a second what it looks like when you actually do it. But when you're finished with it, you put it in the Ziploc bag, you put it back in the exact same box, and it's already prepaid. If you live in Canada, it's already ready to go, and you can just drop it in the mailbox.
Yeah, I found it so easy, and one of the things that I love, so I just did mine. Mine is all ready to go in this little plastic bag here, is I found it so much more comfortable than I've ever had any other pap test experience. Certainly part of that being, the fact that I could do it at home. But yeah, I think also just the method itself was easier. So I'll show you how you use it. This is our demo one here. So this is the part that you insert. So it's, sort of like a tampon in that sense. So then you insert this part here, and then you just twist it. And you keep twisting while it's inside you till you can't twist anymore. And then you don't actually have to do anything else. Like I thought maybe you were gonna have to move it around. No, you just leave it as is, and then you pull it out, and then you retract it, and then you put it in that little Ziploc bag that Amy mentioned. So really, really easy. We should mention that we haven't actually gone through the whole process yet because we were fortunate enough to get sort of a sneak peek into this. They haven't fully been released yet. But then the process after that is you would have it sent into the hospital, and then you would have access to an online portal, and that's actually where you would get the results. So I haven't done that part of it, but I have actually tried this product, and so I can speak from experience that I found it really, really comfortable.
And so my understanding is if there was an abnormal result, you would get a call. And you would probably have to go in for an actual pap, if there was an abnormal result. But if the result was normal, then you're done.
You're all set.
Which is great.
And they're working really hard to make their website have lots of other resources as well. So they're really trying to help have sort of a positive experience for people around STIs. Because I know for myself, and when I'm working with my clients, a lot of the information online is misleading or is just not positive. And so to have a resource for people to go to is wonderful. So it's not just about the products, it's really about education, which is what we're all about. So we just really feel like we found a sister in terms of the website and the whole philosophy that they have.
Absolutely. So another couple things that we should mention. So this is a Canadian product. It has been approved by Health Canada. But as we understand it, there are some companies in the US that do something very similar. The price point hasn't been totally landed on. There was Indiegogo. So some people got it at a discount. I don't know what the final price will be, but it is over $100. So we realize that might be a barrier for some people, but still a really great investment. And they are making efforts to make them accessible, so you can make donations, as I understand it.
Yes, you can.
And the donations will be going to the 519, which is a center here in Toronto, and they'll be donated to trans folk. Am I correct?
That's right.
Awesome.
So that's our review of the EVE. We hope that's been helpful. If you ever have a product you'd like to see reviewed or a question, send it to thesisters@redtentsisters.com. You can also find us on social media. We're at Red Tent Sisters at Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
That's right.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.